Hi everybody, welcome. I hope you're having a great day so far. Don't jump to a reading just yet because I'm going to explain the cards here on the table just so you end up at the right reading. I want to make sure you have as much information as possible. Otherwise, today we're taking a look at how to be a better friend. I had this topic in a poll on my community tab on the channel and it was voted for. So here we are, here's the video. I think it's beautiful that people are interested in becoming a better friend and how to be a better friend. I think since the last video that I made on friendship turned into a video about conflict, I wanted to do a video on friendship that had a little bit more of an uplifting, positive spin. So I'm glad that this one was voted for, and keep an eye out for polls in the future because I want to know what you guys want to see. And if you have like a specific question that's not in a poll for you to vote for, feel free to leave it in the comments and I can make that video. I was wondering what to put on the table to help get people to the right reading, and then I realized that learning how to be a better friend is all about transformation and change for the better. So I went with butterflies. So you'll see we'll have crystals, butterflies, and the cards. The cards are just from this Dream Visions deck here. I use this in a few other videos. If you like the look of the deck, I'll link one of the other videos for you so you can just see more of the cards if you're curious. Maybe you want to get the deck for yourself. So check out that other video if you want to see more. Otherwise, the spread today, we're going to take a look at your energy as a friend, what's challenging you right now, how can you communicate better, what makes you a good friend, so why are you already a good friend, what part of yourself needs to heal, how can you heal that part of yourself, because sometimes, past wounds or like things that have gone wrong with friendships in the past, if we don't properly heal it, they can impact our ability to be a friend in the present. And then how can you make new friends if you're curious about making new friends? That card's kind of a bonus card. So I think we'll get some good information here, and I'm excited to do this reading because I really love when people are looking to better themselves. So let me explain the cards here on the table. We have the Hermit, which is about learning about yourself, insights into yourself. We have the Seven of Pentacles, which is about patience and growing something. We have the Seven of Swords, which can be about like duplicity, sometimes about deceit, but in this context, I kind of see it more as having a persona that you present to your friends and having a different persona in private. We have the Sun, which is just about positivity, optimism, growth, celebrating growth. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is about abundance, independence, and enjoying the fruits of your labor. So hopefully one of those is calling to you and you end up at the right place. Take what resonates in your reading, leave the rest, and if you feel like the reading is not really making sense for you, that's okay. Come back to this introduction and maybe take an extra second, pause the video, meditate a little bit, take 3 deep breaths, and try and select another reading. And hopefully you end up in the right place. Otherwise, thanks for joining me today, and I hope you enjoy your reading. Welcome to reading number 1. You can see that I don't have the card over here. I actually put it back into the deck just in case it needs to come out during the reading and give you some advice. But the card that you had in the introduction was the Hermit, and you have your crystal and your butterfly here to make sure that you're in the right place. We're going to get a lot of information about friendship and how to be a better friend for you. I'm really excited about this, so let's jump right into it. Remember to take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you feel like this might not be your reading, like things aren't really making sense, then feel free to go back to the introduction and select a new reading. Okay, I'm gonna move this because this is like the challenge for you right now, and we're gonna look at that second. So let me put that here, and let's take a look at your energy right now. All right, we've got the Star. So I think you do have a lot of hope and you have a lot of faith in your friendships. and there's some kind of unexpected revelation coming to you. So like an unexpected information, unexpected ideas that might give you a new path or a new purpose. Perhaps this reading is that unexpected revelation for you, especially if this just came up like randomly on YouTube and you decided to click on it and you weren't seeking this out. This reading might be that unexpected revelation, and that's kind of exciting. All right, let's take a look at what the challenge is for you right now. Okay, we've got the Chariot. So moving might be involved. So whether you're moving or perhaps your friends are moving, moving might be part of the challenge here. If you're the one moving, I do have a spread on moving, a video on the channel. So check that out if you are the one moving. But if there's not moving involved, it could just be like having confidence and courage might be challenging for you. The Chariot can also indicate that there's a difficulty balancing between logic and emotion. So you might be an overly emotional friend, and it's just really difficult to be super emotional because, sometimes the painful emotions we experience, they're extra painful. And then you might be an overly logical friend. So you might be cold and a little calculating because just not as in touch with that emotional side. Lots of ways this card can be interpreted. Hopefully one of those resonated for you. Let's take a look at how you can communicate better. The Magician. So you can communicate better just by like taking action and deciding to do it. Like, I need to talk to my friend, I'm going to do it, and just take action on it. Perhaps get in touch with your more logical side. The Magician is a little more logical. So if you do have an issue with the balance between logic and emotion, try to be more logical before you communicate and understand what you want. What is the reason that you're communicating? What do you want to get out of the communication? Understanding your motivation and what you want to actually manifest from the communication will help you communicate better because it'll give you a purpose, and that will just make it like the communication a lot easier. What makes you a good friend? So this is something that makes you a good friend and you don't need to change. I think sometimes when we do readings like this where we're looking at areas of improvement, it's easy to kind of feel down on yourself because we're just talking about things that need to change. So let's talk about something positive that doesn't need to change that you're already great at. Okay, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So you're a very patient friend and you invest a lot into your friendships, and that is what makes you a good friend. Patient with the people around you. You're willing to put the work in. You're willing to help your friends when they need you. You're there for them. You support them. All of that makes you a really great friend. So let's take a look at a part of yourself that might need to heal that you haven't really healed yet. Oh, interesting. Okay, Two of Pentacles. So there might have been a friendship that brought you a little bit of stress in the past. And the Two of Pentacles is also about balance. So you do invest a lot into your friendships, and that is what makes you a good friend, but that also might bring you a lot of stress, especially if your other friend is not investing as much as you are. So you might be the one putting in a lot of the effort and putting in most of the work to make the friendship work, and the other person you might not feel is reciprocating or doing as much. So perhaps working on the balance in your friendships, the give and the take, that might help you heal and be a better friend. Let's take a look at number 5, which is what part of yourself needs to heal. Sorry, I just had like a brain reset. Okay, how can you heal? Sorry. Knight of Swords. Okay, so embrace the change. If you are experiencing change right now, embrace the change, embrace the challenge. Again, let yourself lead with the more logical side. Don't let your emotional side take over, and allow your thoughts and perceptions to change. The Knight of Swords is like swift change, swift action. Embrace it, move forward with things, and that will help this heal, especially if like you put a lot of work into a friendship and then it didn't work out. On to the next. Let it go. Move on to the next thing. Let's take a look at how to make new friends. kind of a bonus card over here. The Tower. Okay, so it looks like there is change happening for you or in your friendships. There is a swift change, a big change. The Tower is like divine intervention. So this change needed to happen for you, or if it hasn't happened yet, be ready for it. There is change coming. And that change, use that as an opportunity to make new friends. If your friend is moving or if you're moving away, that is a great opportunity to make new friends. Be ready for that. Go into the change with the understanding of like, I want to use this to make new friends, and that will really help you. Okay, I hope the reading resonated. Leave a like and a comment down below if it did. I'm always super curious. If you haven't already, subscribe. I'm a new channel, and that really helps me out. If you have other situations going on in your life, even if it's like not moving, check out the other videos. I've got a few videos on the channel for about a whole bunch of different stuff, so check those out. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for spending some time with me, and I hope you'll join me again in a future video. Welcome to reading number 2. You won't see your card over here because I put it back into the deck in case it needs to come out during the reading and provide any information, but you'll know you're in the right place based on the butterfly and the crystal. I'm really excited for this reading. I think it's lovely that you're looking to become a better friend. So we'll get a lot of information today. I hope it resonates. Take what does, leave the rest here. And if you feel like this is not your reading, feel free to go back to the beginning and select a new one. I'm going to move this. We're going to look at this next. So let me put that over there. We're going to take a look at your energy first. And this is like your energy in your friendships, as a friend right now, things like that. Okay, we've got strength. So a few things that this could be. You'll have to figure out which one of it matches your situation. So you could be serving as like the rock in your friendships right now. If your friends are going through difficult times, they're looking to you for support. You're just that person that's strong and they can go to for support. If you might also be kind of like fighting through a difficult situation in your friendships right now. If that's the case, if you're experiencing some conflict in your friendships, I do have another reading that's just about conflict in friendships. So check that out if you feel like that resonates for you. Otherwise, you might just be confronting your inner demons and doing some shadow work around friendship, because this card is about taming the inner beast sometimes. So if you've been doing work on how to be a better friend, some shadow work on friendships, it could just be reflecting that as well. Let's take a look at the challenge for you right now. 10 of Wands. Okay, so you're feeling a little overwhelmed right now and things are difficult. You're carrying a lot of the burden and a lot of the responsibility in the friendship. You're managing a lot. Like, I think you just might be the one carrying the weight right now of the friendship, and that's been hard for you. Let's see if we can get some more information from these other cards. Let's take a look at how you can communicate better. Temperance. Okay, step 1 before you communicate, make sure you are calm. That's going to be really important. Make sure you're calm. And the intention behind the communications should be bringing peace, harmony, and growth. So should not be communicating just to like start a fight or to express anger. It's okay to express your feelings, but it has to come from a place of like, I want to make things better. I want this friendship to grow. I just want things to get better. Coming from that place will help you communicate better, and understanding that there might be some compromise involved. You might have to find the middle way in your friendships and with your communications and things like that. That will help you communicate better. Even just thinking about, okay, what do I want? What might they want? And what's in the middle before you communicate might help. Okay, this is what already makes you a good friend. I think whenever I do readings like this, it can be really easy to kind of feel down on yourself, because it's like, here's what you need to fix. Here's what you're doing wrong. Let's like look at all of these things that we need to be better at. But you don't have to change everything, right? There are some things that you're doing well. So let's take a look at what's going well for you. The Hierophant. Okay, so your friends come to you for advice. You give great advice. You give great guidance. You have very strong values and morals as well. So you have a very strong idea of what makes a good friend, and you try your best to stick to that, and you try your best to stay within that like good friend category with people. And I think that, you know what a friend is supposed to do, and you just do it. But I also think that People come to you for a lot of guidance and advice, and you give great advice. Let's take a look at what part of yourself needs to heal in order to become a better friend. So 2 of Pentacles, this is all about balance. So if you feel like, which you might feel like this right now, you're putting in all of the work, you're the one carrying the load, that can bring up some stress and resentment. So understanding that, like, feeling upset that you're the one, there's not much balance in your friendships right now, that part of yourself might need to heal. Let's take a look at how you can go about healing that. 4 of Wands. Okay, so the 4 of Wands is like about celebrating. I think shifting your mindset into celebrating the friendships that you do have, showing gratitude to your friends, celebrating what's going well, I think will help heal this, because maybe things are going really well. There's more balance than you realize, maybe, especially with this Temperance card. I don't know, there might be more balance here than you realize. So take a second, try to think of things to be grateful for, maybe write them down, things like that. That will help you heal, because this card is also about teamwork. So you can also invest in the relationships that do have balance. If you feel like things are out of balance, maybe pull back a little bit and stop investing so much, because we choose how much we put into a relationship. We choose our actions and things like that. So choose to invest where you feel like the relationship is being reciprocated. That might help you heal as well. This is kind of a bonus card. If you're looking to make new friends, this card will show you kind of how you can go about making new friends. 6 of Swords. Okay, so there might be some kind of an opportunity coming, a blessing coming. It's definitely going to be something good, because this card kind of indicates that you're protected. So something good might be coming, and that will give you an opportunity to make new friends. Have a goal before you start this opportunity, like, I want to make new friends, and be brave and courageous when you enter it. The 6 of Swords can be kind of about moving. There's like an element of movement there. So if it involves travel, this could be an opportunity involving travel, or it could just be about like leaving behind what doesn't serve you and moving forward towards new friendships. Okay, I hope the reading resonated. Leave a like if it did, and let me know in the comments what your situation is. I'm always super curious. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm a new channel, and that really helps me out. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today, and I hope you'll join me again in a future video. Welcome to reading number 3. You don't see your card here. I put it back into the deck just in case it needed to come out during the reading and give us some information, but you'll know you're in the right place based on the butterfly and the crystal that we have here. I'm really excited to get into this reading. Again, like I was saying over and over again in the introduction, I think it's beautiful that you're interested in becoming a better friend. Let's take a look at everything today. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you feel like this reading is making no sense for you, feel free to go back to the introduction and select a new reading. Otherwise, let's get into it. I'm going to move this because this is a challenge card. We're going to look at that next. So let's take a look at your energy right now in friendships as a friend. Page of Swords. So I think that this Page of Swords is like a breath of fresh air kind of a card. So you are like a breath of fresh air in your friendships. You might be more on the logical side. You don't really lead with your emotions, and you really enjoy insightful, deep conversations with your friends. I'm kind of like this too. So I also like to get into the nitty gritty. I have like a Scorpio placement, so I enjoy getting into deep conversations. Let's take a look at challenges. The Star. Okay. So I think right now you are, maybe the challenge for you is having hope that like the dreams or the work that you're putting into your friendships will succeed and go well. Perhaps your confidence in it is a little wavering. You're wondering how to move forward with friendships. What's the path forward? What are things going to look like down the road? Having a purpose as well might be challenging for you. In this deck, the Star can indicate some kind of like a surprise revelation or some surprise insight into the situation. I hope this reading is that for you. So if this reading came up for you like randomly on YouTube and you've never heard of the channel before, I hope that this is some surprise information that might help you on your friendship journey. Let's take a look at how you can communicate better. Eight of Wands. Okay, so I think first and foremost, you just need to communicate more. If you have a gut feeling about something, go with your gut feeling, communicate perhaps what your instincts are, trust that everything is going to be okay. It's okay to tell people what you truly are thinking and feeling. Things will turn out well. If they're really your friends, they're going to respect your thoughts and your feelings and take it into consideration. And try to communicate from a place of like excitement and optimism rather than pessimism and negativity and things like that. All right, let's take a look at what makes you a good friend. With readings like this, it can be easy to kind of start feeling down on yourself because it's like, oh, I have all these things I need to change, I need to be better at, whatever. But not everything needs to change. You're already doing some stuff well in friendships. Let's take a look at what that is. Four of Pentacles. Okay, so I think you're a protective friend. You're very protective of your friends, and your friends probably really appreciate that about you. You have strong boundaries, which is good, and you maybe are like yearning for more, which is totally fine in friendships, you know, wanting to make friendships deeper. I don't know, again, with that deep level of communication, things like that. All right, let's take a look at what part of yourself needs to heal. Ace of Wands, interesting. Okay, so there might have been an instance where you had to start over with your friendships, whether it's because you like moved or maybe you like lost all your friends, or you started a new job, or you started a new school and you kind of had to start fresh. So some situation like that, I think, might have like, you need to heal from that still. So let's take a look at how you can heal. Justice. Okay, so you are logical, so like keep that logic and stay logical about this situation down here. Don't let your emotions take over, and also understand that the universe likes balance, and the universe will serve justice. Balance will be restored. If you were like wronged in this situation here, balance will be restored. Everything will, the things that people do, like this is a choice. Sorry, I'm getting like my words muddled. This card is like cause and effect. So the things that you do, you will face the consequences of that. But that also applies to the other people in your life. And that should give you some hope and make you feel a little bit better. Let's take a look. If you're curious about how to make new friends, how you can go about doing that. Four of Cups. Okay, so shift your focus. Maybe you are feeling a little bit negative and sad right now about things. Shift your focus to the positive, and once you do that, once you start looking for the positive, there's going to be a new opportunity right around the corner. You just have to shift your mindset first. Perhaps as well, if you're thinking about the past, there's still like a nostalgia element here. If you're thinking about the past or a friend from the past that maybe you've lost contact with, maybe consider reaching out. That could be a new way to make a new friend and bring them back into your life. All right, that's all I have for you. I hope the reading resonated. Leave a like and comment about your situation. If it did, I love to hear about your guys' lives and what you have going on, so leave a comment. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm a new channel, so that really helps me out. Thank you for spending some time with me today. I enjoyed having you here. There's good energy in these readings, and I hope you'll join me in a future video. Welcome to reading number 4. You don't see your card over here. I think the card for this reading was the Sun. You don't see it here because I put it back into the deck in case it had to come out during the reading and give us some information. But you'll know you're in the right place if you see the same crystal and the same butterfly. So again, I think this reading is really beautiful. I'm so happy that you're here and you want to like improve yourself and learn more about your friendships and things like that. Remember to take what resonates here and leave the rest. And if this is not sounding like your situation at all, go back to the beginning and select a new one. Otherwise, let's get into it. I'm going to move this card because this is the challenge card. We're going to look at that next. But we'll start with your energy and friendships. What's going on right now? 2 of Swords. So there might be some kind of a challenging situation happening right now, and you're sitting at a crossroads facing maybe a choice or a decision. If you are, I do have another video on the channel. I have a couple actually that might help you with this choice or decision. I'll link the playlist for you. but it might be really hard for you. You don't know how to move forward, and it might be hard for you to balance between like positive thoughts and negative thoughts right now. Let's take a look at the challenge. Page of Swords. Okay. So there might have been a communication or a message that you got recently that was difficult to receive, difficult to hear. Staying logical about the situation might be hard. There's some like sharp or harsh energy here right now. Let's see if we can get an idea of what's going on in the rest of the cards. But let's take a look at how you can communicate better. The King of Swords. Okay, so have some self-discipline before you communicate. Try to be more logical and rational. Don't let yourself lead with your emotions when you're communicating. Also be solution-oriented. The purpose of communicating is to make things better, find a compromise, things like that, right? So have a solution ready before you communicate, have a solution to propose, and that will help with your communication. But also share your honest opinion. Be honest when you're communicating. Otherwise, it doesn't really serve a point. People want to know what your honest opinion is, so share it, and that will make you a better communicator. Let's take a look at how you're a good friend already. With readings like this, you can end up feeling kind of down on yourself because it's like, wow, I have all these things I need to improve, all these things I need to change, but that's not the reality. We all have things that we're good at already and don't need to change, so I wanted to highlight that. So let's take a look at something you're already good at. Five of Swords. Okay, so you've been through hardship, and that allows you to support your friends through their hardships. You might also deal with anxiety, and you're very comfortable with friends who also have anxiety, and you guys can kind of go through that together. You've also maybe experienced some difficult friendships in the past, and you have been able to get through it and like learn from it and bring that information to your friendships now. Maybe you've dealt with some unreliable or ungrateful people in the past. Let's take a look at an aspect of yourself that you need to heal. The Sun. Okay, so this was the card for your reading, right? So the Sun is here. So I think some situation that you had a lot of hope for, you were really excited about, really looking forward to, maybe didn't go well. And that part of yourself needs some healing. Perhaps the Sun also shines a light on dishonesty and truth. So perhaps this message was letting you know that there was maybe some dishonesty going on in one of your friendships, and that has really hurt you, and that needs some healing. If you're dealing with conflict in a friendship right now and you're dealing with some difficult times, I do have another video on that. Check that out if you feel called to, and it might help you through this. But let's take a look at how you can heal from this situation. Nine of Wands. So the situation is almost over. Keep going. Make sure you're really taking care of your body and your mind. So really engage in self-care. Yoga, meditating, a hot bath, treating yourself to like a nice night in where you're reading or watching TV and having delicious snacks, anything like that. Take care of your body and your mind right now. And also make sure you learn from this situation, because this situation is going to help you be more successful in friendships in the future. There is a lesson to learn from what's going on here in this situation that you need to heal from. Let's take a look at how you can make new friends if you're interested in that. This is kind of a bonus card. The Two of Cups. Okay, so to me, this is like you can make new friends through a romantic connection. So perhaps someone that you're dating or someone that you're like romantically connected to in some way, you can become friends with their friends. So their friends there might be a connection there for you to explore, but this doesn't have to be romantic. It could also just be like friends of friends. So think of the friendships that you have that you're very close with, a very strong, very loving connection with. You feel very unified with them. Think about those friends, and maybe they have some friends of theirs that they can introduce you to and you can make some connections with. All right, I hope the reading resonated for you. Leave a like if it did and comment what your situation is. I'm curious, and I do wish you all of the best. I think it's beautiful that you're here trying to figure out how to be a better friend, and your friends are lucky that they have a friend that is willing to become a better friend. if that makes sense. So thank you for spending some time with me today, and I hope you will join me in a future video. Hello, and welcome to the 5th reading. Thank you for joining me. Again, I think it's really beautiful that you are looking to become a better friend. So let's get into it. Take what resonates, leave the rest, and if you feel like this reading is not making much sense for you, go back to the beginning and try to select a new one, and hopefully you end up in the right place. You'll see that I don't have a card on the left side. I put the cards all back into the deck just in case they had to come out during the reading, but your card was the 9 of Pentacles, and you'll know you're in the right place because of the butterfly and the crystal. So let's get into it. I'm going to move this because this is like a challenge card, and we're going to look at that next. So let's take a look at your energy. Page of Cups. So in friendships, you're very soft, loving, positive, soothing. You're like an emotional person, but like in a soft way. Like you're not afraid to cry, things like that. Like things touch you very deeply. And right now you might be kind of like in a go with the flow kind of a state with friendships, like letting your friends take the lead on things. Let's take a look at the challenge here. 7 of Swords. Okay, so there's some kind of a split happening within yourself of like the public and the private persona perhaps. And some self-reflection might help uncover what this is and how it might be affecting you. This reading might be that self-reflection that you need, so I hope that it is. This card is also like beware of unreliable, untrustworthy people. So especially if you're in your go with the flow kind of energy and letting your friends maybe take the lead, be careful of where they're taking you type of a thing. Let's take a look at how you can communicate better. Page of Wands. Okay, another page. So be confident, just take the leap. Don't think too much about it, just communicate, just say what you need to say. And come from a place of like passion, positivity, things like that. Just like say what you need to say, and it will help you be a better communicator. Especially if you have this split going on. You might not be saying everything that you need to say. Okay. Let's take a look at how you're a good friend already. With it, whenever I do readings like this, it can be really easy to like start to feel down on yourself because there's like, oh my gosh, there's so many things I need to be better at, all these things I'm doing wrong. And that's just not the full story. We all have things that we're also good at and we should keep doing. So I wanted to include some of that just so you don't walk away feeling like, oh, I have so many things I need to change. Let's take a look at what you're good at already. What makes you a good friend? Queen of Cups. Okay, very similar energy to what you have going on right now. You're very intuitive. You have this like healing energy. You just make the people around you, you make your friends better. You're so soothing and you encourage them on their healing journey. You help them feel better. You're also just like really kind. But again, kind of like similar with this, if you like beware of people that are leading you to the wrong place, because your kindness and your empathy and all that kind of stuff can sometimes lead people to take advantage of you. Let's see what something you need to heal from if it's related to this kind of energy here. The Chariot. Okay, so you do need to balance the energies out a little bit. You have very strong, like feminine energy. Doesn't mean that you're like a girl or a woman. It just means that there's like the yin and the yang. You know, you're a little bit more in the feminine right now, a little bit more passive. You might have to balance that out because the imbalance of that has probably taken you into some not so good situations, maybe taken advantage of, and balancing that out might help. Also, this card can indicate moving. So if you've moved and maybe lost all your friends, or maybe your friends moved away, something like that, that situation might have been hard for you and you might need to heal from that. So either one of those things, hopefully one of those resonates. Let's take a look at how you can heal. The World. Okay, so this chapter for you truly is closed. The energy of this is closed and it's time to move on to the next thing. Understand the purpose that you serve in your friendships, understand where you fit in the world, and that will help you heal. And just understand that like you've leveled up, you're on to the next thing. I think that will, don't dwell in the past, leave it behind. All right, how you can make new friends if you would like to make new friends. This is just kind of like a bonus card. Knight of Swords. So there might be a swift change coming, a quick change in your friendships, and that might be an opportunity for you to make new friends. But the Knight of Swords can also indicate a person in your life. I'm going to describe this person, and they might introduce you to new people or be an avenue for you to make new friends. So they're very witty, dashing, they're kind of restless, they think very quickly, move very quickly. They might also be an air sign. So if you're into astrology, it could be sun sign, but it could also be moon or rising. And that person might introduce you to new people, and you might make friends with those people. All right, that's all I have for you today. I hope that the reading resonated. Leave a like if it did, and comment to tell me a little bit about your situation. If you'd like to share, I'd love to hear about it. Otherwise, thank you for joining me today. I think it's very beautiful that you're here trying to be a better friend, and I wish you all the best, and I hope you'll join me in a future video.